starting at like 2 p.m. So we're starting about an hour, 10 minutes from now. You did not dye your hair? I did. I dyed my hair my natural hair color. Yeah, that's right. You got scammed. Thanks for the 10K subs, sucker. I'm dyeing my hair later this month. I'm actually going to the hairstylist today to do a consultation and finalize the color and schedule a day. Not many people can afford to pay that kind of money for a graphics card, so they shouldn't advance graphics cards on games until it comes down in price. But that's I mean, that's not a realistic way to think about things, because like not many people can afford Lamborghinis or Bugattis, but they keep coming out with new ones. You know, I literally just think the hardware is just not there right now. I don't think they're actually holding back, because companies would 100% sell us $5,000 graphics cards if they could. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Cypher. Today we're checking out the new advanced graphics on PC. Ladies and gentlemen, I have just about everything turned on right now. Like ray tracing, you see the clouds, the lights, the shadows. I do have DLSS performance on to kind of help with the frames, because when I turn everything on, even my like $5,000 computer could not get more than 30 FPS. And right now you can see the FPS is kind of dropping anywhere from 80 to under 30. So these are like max graphic settings. We're checking it out for the first time. You see the snow falling from the sky. Everything just looks kind of clear and pretty like high quality. Even like the blurriness from range. But like, look, the game is barely handling it. I know that it probably will run it a little bit smoother the more I play. But this video, we're actually going to be going over my personal graphic settings that I run. Not the settings that I'm running right now, but the performance mode settings that I run to like optimize my Fortnite and kind of have it run the smoothest I can get it to run. Now keep in mind, I do have a 3090 graphics card and a 10900K like processor, so I have a really good setup for gaming. Obviously, it's my job, so this might not apply to a lot of you guys, but it's gonna be interesting to see how these graphics kind of look in the actual game, and how they play out. I mean, I would love to play on these graphics and get like 200 FPS. You can see my FPS is actually hovering around 100 right now. So the game is like slowly adjusting to the graphic settings. And it's kind of running it smoother and smoother as we play. But let's go over my personal settings, okay? So first things first is I play on performance mode. Performance mode was a mode that they introduced a couple seasons ago, and a lot of players, especially pro players, are running performance mode these days. Not many of them are still on DX11, and very few of them run DX12, which is what I'm on right now. I'm on DX12 for this purpose, so I can try out all the settings that are available to me. But there's a misconception about performance mode, because when performance mode was first added to the game, performance mode looked like crap. And it looked like mobile builds, and that's not how it looks right now. There's been a lot of updates to performance mode to make it look a lot cleaner, and it does not. The builds also do not have the mobile build graphics anymore. And a lot of people, when they try performance mode, they say it looks bad. And there's one key setting that a lot of people don't end up switching, because by default, when you swap to performance mode, your settings are set to low mesh. So low mesh, but you want to swap that from low mesh to high mesh quality. If you do that, your performance mode will look a lot better. It will look like DX11 for the most part, and it'll make your game run smoother. And on high mesh, the builds look fine, in my opinion. They don't look too crazy. they kind of look very similar to the ones that I have right now in DX12, just a little bit more simpler. And the kind of effects are a lot more toned down. So if you have a computer and you don't really get great FPS, performance mode is the way to go. I know console players don't have performance mode. That's kind of like a hot topic. A lot of console players complain about the lack of performance mode. I know Nintendo Switch now has a performance mode to kind of help with their FPS. So hopefully, you know, they figure out a way to give console performance mode. By the way, my aim is going to be really bad in this game right now, because FPS determines aim, man. It really does, especially like on mouse and keyboard. If you're not used to like aiming like this, you're gonna get screwed. This guy's kind of a legend. He just completely destroyed me. But yeah, like, could Epic introduce a performance mode for console? I think they could, because console still has shadows turned on by default. Like, you can't turn off shadows on console, for example. But that also could be out of Epic's hands, because sometimes console actually requires a minimum graphics, and they don't give developers the full control over the graphics settings. I'm not 100% sure if this is true, but this is something that I've read multiple times over the years, back when I used to play For Honor, that the consoles, Sony and Microsoft, they do have stricter rules about graphics settings and what kind of graphics can be turned on and off. And there's like kind of like a minimum requirement sometimes for certain things. And everything has to be approved by them before they go into effect. So I don't think, because Epic, we've seen Epic do all kinds of different settings and performance mode, the ability to turn off shadows, turn off motion blur, all that stuff. But we haven't seen that ever come to console, and I feel like Epic would want to give consoles those options if they could. So I don't know. So now let's talk about another setting, right? I run performance mode, high meshes. I have all my graphics quality set to low. The only thing I have set to a little bit higher than low is my view distance. For a long time, everybody ran maximum view distance because people thought that view distance determined how far away a player can be spotted. But the reality is the game always loads in things that are important to see, like players and llamas, for example. There is no view distance on those things. You can see them when they're loaded in. Some of the less important stuff gets loaded in as you get closer. By the way, there's a new strategy where you just crouch walk to the llama and then box it up. You don't have to... As you can see, you don't have to have it run away from you. You can just crouch walk and then box it. Man, this thing is jumping up and down. So annoying. Give me your stuff. Let's do this. And then that. Why can't I pick? Oh, I'm a max ammo. Okay. Okay, so like I was saying, view distance, I used to have it on maximum, thinking that it was helping me see things from further. But the reality is you don't need to have it on maximum. You can literally have it closer, and it's not going to make as big of a difference. You will still see players and important things like llamas at whatever range you need to see them. So do not worry about that. You can put it on near. A lot of pro players have it, the view distance on near. It's going to help them with FPS, especially in endgame. You could also put it on medium, one step above near, or high. But I don't recommend putting it on maximum view distance. That's actually going to lower your FPS. From my personal experience, that's what it's done so far. All right. So like I said, I don't have... My frames are all over the place. It's hard. It's really hard to track players when your FPS is kind of shaky. I'm still doing pretty decent, all things considered. But look, I can barely see this guy. I can barely see him, man. I'm like scared. It's really hard to track players when you're on these really high settings. I mean, the game looks great, but this is the reason why people run performance mode. You want to be able to track the opponent. Also, the FPS difference. I'm pretty much doing a 60 FPS challenge as well with shadows on. Now I feel the pain of my console brothers out there trying their best. My fellow console people, listen. You guys are grinders, man. And mobile. Can't forget mobile. But you know what doesn't really matter when you have low FPS and shadows on? How effective you can be with a UFO that has 3 lives. That's right. The game looks very pretty. By the way, I'm playing with view distance on max right now. That's why I can see literally the freaking tower all the way in the distance. The light tower. But yeah, even on very, very high settings. Oh, you're going to regret that, buddy. You are going to regret that tremendously. I'm going to make you pay. Where did he go? I'm breaking my thing on purpose. Wow, it only had 1 life left. I thought we were chilling. Guess not. This guy seems good. I can't be hitting for 50s, man. We launch padded? Yeah. Whoa, I almost bounced off the whole map. No. Why are your shadows? Guys, I have my settings on max. Look, you can see like I didn't really show off the reflections, but there's like reflections. But the reflections have been in for a bit. I'm big chilling right now. I need one more. No, I need 2 more shots so I can get headshot by a railgun. One more now. This is crazy. It's like I'm playing like a console player right now. I feel like I lose to this guy. It feels like every time I shoot at him, I don't hit him. I can't like pre-fire either. Like I can't. What I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to like. Oh, my gun is not reloaded. I was wondering why I couldn't shoot. I couldn't see him, bro. He was right out there. The timing was so off right there, man. Whoa! Was I really not connected by anything? Bro, this is so sad. These guys are bots, but like I can't hit them because of how. The shadows, man, it makes it hard to track them. I borrowed console aim assist with these settings. Imagine. I need all the mats I can get right now. Holy frames, bro. Just he's insane. He's getting double sprayed and he's just running at me. Whoa! I lose to these guys, to be honest with you. I don't think I make it out. Dude, I could totally use this loot right here. You know what else I could use? The UFO, baby. Oh my god, bro, I'm so dead. I don't know. I don't know if I can do this. Your boy ain't got no mats. This dude's looking at me with a sniper, bro. No! That guy had no mats, man! GG, GG. Alright. Luckily, I made some more Cypher PK, so winning it is not as important, but... Get me off of these settings. Get me off of these settings. Alright. Performance mode.